Good evening, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. If you please find a seat. So welcome to the 2021 St. Paul Athletic Awards Night. Normally, this is the St. Paul Athletic end of the year banquet, where we're breaking bread together at the DoubleTree in Bristol and making the awards night part of a kind of a bigger evening. But the most important thing certainly tonight is that we can be here and we can be together. We can honor and recognize all the young men and women in the room who worked so hard and dedicated themselves as St. Paul student athletes over the last 4 years. So I'd like to start tonight by introducing St. Paul School President, Mr. Kerry Dupont.
Great, thanks, Mr. Dennehy, and welcome to everybody here this evening. It is great to be with you, even though we're not having dinner. Mr. Dennehy saved a few bucks tonight. I don't need to tell everybody what a year it's been. For all of us. I don't need to tell you how challenging this year's been on many fronts, especially as it relates to the athletic side of things. COVID and actually the reality of quarantining certainly played a havoc in our lives this past 9 months. However, together, Mr. Dennehy, under your guidance and leadership, to our student athletes and their parents, the coaches, from my perspective, we've done a marvelous job navigating through this school year. And I believe the good news is, being out there for the spring season, that it's beginning to feel a little bit more like normal and better days are ahead for all of us, thank God. So let us begin this evening, as we do all events at St. Paul, in prayer. Take a moment to settle ourselves. Good and gracious God, help us to be grateful people, a grateful school community, recognizing the many blessings we have in our lives, in spite of the unforeseen challenges and sacrifices we have been forced to make during this pandemic. Thank you for the opportunity of bringing our St. Paul family together this evening, for the inspiration provided by our student athletes assembled before us and their teammates, the loving parents and guardians whom you have entrusted to be their primary educators, and to our coaches whom you have chosen to serve as caring mentors along their educational journey. This evening, we come to celebrate and give thanks for each of them and the gifts they have made to the life of our school, whether on the fields, court, track, or in the pool. We are grateful for the opportunity to have experienced being part of something much larger than ourselves, belonging to a team and learning valuable life lessons, maybe this year more than ever. We fully understand that the talent, the passion, and the unlimited potential that is in each one of these young men and women is a gift from you. The relationships they have formed through athletics, a gift to each other. For all these blessings, which at the end of the day is what really matters, we give thanks to you, Father, through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dupont. We gather here tonight to recognize and respect the 50+ years of history of the St. Paul Catholic High School Athletic Department as an important part of our school community and recognize the accomplishments of our teams, student athletes over the past year and the new history they have created. For some teams and individual athletes, your efforts and goals are not yet complete, so good luck to those of you still in action this spring, and go Falcons. As I mentioned earlier, under normal conditions, we'd be at DoubleTree tonight having dinner. We'd have a guest speaker. We typically ask a young St. Paul graduate who was a student athlete during their time at St. Paul to give you all a sense of the lessons they learned from their time here and how they've used those experiences to guide them through college and beyond. The recent list of speakers have included Names like Kyle Doobie, it's great that he's also currently our freshman baseball coach. He was a pitcher at Fairfield University, helped lead them to their first College World Series. Now working at a biotech engineering firm. Derek Char, a great story, a Division I walk-on football player at UConn. Earned a scholarship after his walk-on. Had some tryouts in the NFL, some cool preseason experiences he shared with us, and now works in the financial sector. Another name, Kirsten Haley, played basketball at the Merchant Marine Academy, then went on to become the first female Staten Island ferry boat captain. I mention these names because I know all of you in this room will go on to do great things in the next phase of your academic careers, whether that involves athletics or not. But rest assured, I'll be calling on a few of you in the future to present and be a speaker at this event. So get started on your speeches. Normally, I stand up here and rattle off team records, state tournament qualifications, etc. This year, again, was obviously far from normal, with fall teams not having the opportunity to have a postseason. Some winter teams getting that opportunity in league tournament play and excelling. And now finally a relatively normal spring season. I found a quote from John Gordon, motivational author and speaker who focuses on leadership in sports, that I think fits your experience as well. When you encounter adversity, remember the best don't just face adversity, they embrace it, knowing it's not a dead end, but a detour to something greater. And I have been truly impressed with how all of you have handled your adversity this year and arrived at a better place at the end of it. So great job. All right, I mentioned no speaker tonight, so instead you get me, and I'll be brief. I'm just going to take advantage of having a group of young women and men and women in front of me who are forced to listen, because Lord knows my 13-year-old son doesn't listen to me anymore. So my advice to you, I stand up here tonight and challenge you not to just be good and consistent in your lives, but try to be great in everything you do. You certainly heard that here, reiterated numerous times at St. Paul. So in all of your future endeavors, academic, athletic, career, family, be great, strive to be great. And you have a guide, you have the St. Paul core values that have been instilled in you: faith, character, community excellence, and service. If you use those words as a guide and spend some time reflecting on the experiences you've had as a St. Paul student athlete, I guarantee you that you will prove, those things will prove to be a great roadmap to all of your future successes and happiness. I want to personally thank all the parents and families in the room tonight, those not present, for your support, commitment, and sacrifice being part of the St. Paul family. I also want to thank the St. Paul School Administration for their support, teachers, school support staff, all some of our biggest fans, specifically Mr. Wallace, who helps cover numerous games for me when I can't always be there, and certainly Mr. Dupont, our school president, who is unwavering in his support of the athletic programs and recognizes the importance of interscholastic athletics as part of our school community. And I can never come up with enough words of praise for our coaches. Mr. Dupont mentioned it a little while ago, and the way that you all have stepped up and supported programs this year and committed yourselves even further to making the experiences for all of our student athletes happen through COVID. It was exceptional. Thank you. And lastly, I'd like to thank you, the student athletes. You should all be proud of yourselves and your accomplishments. I can honestly tell you that I'm proud to be the St. Paul Catholic High School athletic director. And it's because of you. I know firsthand there are plenty of athletic directors that are often putting out fires because of the actions of their student athletes versus standing back and just watching all the great things you do. It's not only your accomplishments on the field that make me proud to be a Falcon, but it's how you carry yourselves and represent St. Paul, especially in the face of adversity. And a special thanks to seniors, your commitment to excellence, high standards of character, and your passion for Falcon athletics will sorely be missed. Okay, so on to the awards piece of our evening. And I'll move things along, won't keep you here too long. I'm dealing with a little Lyme disease issue, and I'm supposed to stay out of the sun because of the medication I'm on. So if I drop, I know there's a doctor in the room, so just come up and help. Okay. Often overlooked in today's world of athletics are those selfless individuals whose daily actions epitomize what sports should truly be about. We take great pride in recognizing a male and female St. Paul senior student athlete with citations from the National Federation of High School Sports and the Connecticut Interscholastic Athletic Association, who have exhibited high levels of sportsmanship, ethics, and integrity while representing St. Paul on the field of play. First, our female recipient. Our nominee from the NFHS and CIC Sportsmanship Award is a 4-year member of our program. From day one of her freshman year, she has always conducted herself with integrity, enthusiasm, and sheer determination. Those are characteristics that we hope to see in every athlete. Her success, however, was not just shown during practice or a match, but in her awareness at a young age of her influence on those around her. Her unwavering positive presence with coaches, teammates, and competitors is why she is so worthy of this recognition. She is authentic. What you see is what you get. And when you get the total package, a can-do attitude from a student athlete who desires to be the best she can be, not only for herself, but for anyone around her, it's a joy. It's a joy to be around the student athlete. Her impact on the program is far greater than she will ever know. We are so proud of our recipient for the volleyball program for her dedication to our team and school. Congratulations, Lana David. And our male recipient. This young man is deserving of this recognition because he is one of the best and most selfless teammates I have ever coached. He has been a consistent contributor to the lacrosse program since his freshman year. As a JV scout player, he showed toughness and a willingness to compete anywhere in order to help the team. In his sophomore year, he took advantage of his opportunities and became the glue guy for an extremely deep and talented offense. He did all the little things that rarely get any credit. After losing his junior season, he came back in great shape and obviously worked hard on his game. This season, he carried much of the team's offensive load and also contributed defensively. He has played every position on the field besides goalie. I would not say he's shy, but he's not going to be the loudest in the room. He definitely is not driven by praise or glory. What he is driven by is winning and being a consistent and considerate teammate. He's always among the hardest workers and gives his all for his teammates. Sportsmanship is actually one of the reasons he flies under the radar. He's not one to be in skirmishes with opponents or teammates. Even though he plays very physical and intense, he's never one to lose his cool. He is not one to argue with an official or a coach or anyone else. He's doing whatever is asked of him in order for the team to be successful. That to me is the ultimate sportsman. He will be continuing his education while also playing lacrosse at St. Joseph's College in Maine, where his team-first attitude and sportsmanship will serve him well. Thank you, Ryan Bogdansky, for your contributions to St. Paul. Coach, where are you? Come on up. Now for our Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Awards. Judge Joseph P. O'Connell was a great friend of Catholic education who left a significant monetary gift which assisted in the original construction of St. Paul Catholic High School. 10 years ago now, we reinstituted a tradition from our earlier days when as a school community, we would gather at the end of the year to celebrate our athletic accomplishments, and announce our annual Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award for each varsity sport. The Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award is presented to a St. Paul junior or senior in each sport who, through their leadership, commitment, and achievement as a student athlete, has upheld the tradition of excellence of the Falcon Athletic Program. The following are comments from coaches in the athletic department. As I read your comments, I ask that each of you join me on stage, that being coaches, to help present your awards. So up first, the football team. This young man has been a three-sport athlete at St. Paul since his freshman year and has been committed to representing his school and teams to the best of his ability and has never wavered in his commitment to being the best teammate he can be. Specific to football, he has heard the lessons Jude Kelly laid out countless times throughout the years that have become the foundation of our football program. Do the right thing all the time, especially when no one is looking. For example, after prolonged news of the fall football season cancellation, the right thing to do this fall was to keep the boys together and salvage any competition we could for the 2020 season. To do this, we looked for leadership and guidance from him and the rest of our strong senior group. Together, they set a standard of attendance and effort that would rival many of our normal seasons. He helped set the tone of practice with an upbeat and positive attitude and the same old work ethic and competitive spirit. We may have only had 2 games against other schools, but our kids competed against each other as hard as they could every single day in practice. His commitment to the program helped make that possible. Thank you, Bryson Kennedy, for your commitment to the program the last 4 years. All right, so this time, just based on a coach's work schedule, I usually kind of go through by season. I'm just gonna jump around a little bit. Coach Karim, new to St. Paul, our girls swim coach, and also our new outdoor track and field coach. So up first for girls swimming. This student athlete is truly special. In a fall season full of unknowns and uncertainty, she did everything right to help make the most of the season for herself, her teammates, and for me personally, as the coach of a squad of 8 awesome, dedicated Falcons. Coming in as a coach to fill Coach Martin's role was not easy. I knew how much Coach Martin meant to the girls and the swim program at St. Paul. So I first want to say thank you for your leadership in helping me and your teammates successfully get through the transition. It is thanks to your support and your dedication to the team and commitment to the sport that the team was able to put together one of the greatest seasons I've ever been part of. Swimming is not an easy sport. It's physically challenging and mentally demanding. Add that to the fact that these girls had to get up at 5 a.m. so they could be in the water by 6 is genuinely admirable. And for that alone, the entire team deserves all the applause in the world. You stepped up whenever I needed you, and you stepped up whenever your teammates needed you. I will cherish those phenomenal swims when you came from behind, only to clinch the win with inches to spare, and the way you were able to lift up your teammates' morale whenever it was needed. We joked all season about the fact we were small but mighty, but the truth is, there's nothing small about you, Amelia. You're mighty, period. So I want to say thank you for the opportunity to work with you, and I look forward to seeing you continue your journey at St. Paul and beyond. Amelia Baja. Moving on to track and field. Our male recipient. This athlete, a graduating senior, has been a member of the Falcons track and field team for 4 years. He is the pure definition of leadership. Not knowing much about the team, there was only one thing I was 100% sure of when I first came aboard. He was the leader, and he will undoubtedly be one of the captains this year. With any transition, there are always challenges. With this team in particular, our challenge, and now strength, was that we had a very young team with only 2 seniors and a single priority to ensure that we will instill a culture of hard work and commitment. He was vital to the success we had this year. It was not easy. We had some ups and downs, but through it all, he persevered both individually and most importantly as a team leader. Being a leader on a team does not always mean you're the fastest runner on the track, the strongest thrower, or the best player on the court. The best leaders are in fact those who know they may not be the fastest or strongest, but strive to make everyone else around them faster and stronger. Leaders thrive when others look up to them. So it was no surprise that on the last meet of the season, he qualified for NBLs. And most importantly, his energy, his enthusiasm, and the way he talked to and encouraged his teammates made it possible for us to clinch a number of personal records, 7 NBL cuts, and 3 state cuts on a school record that day. And I couldn't be happier for this young man who was a member of that record-breaking relay team. Thank you for reminding all of us that success is never easy. It requires persistence, resilience, and a deep commitment to overcoming the hard days. You are the perfect image of what this award represents. Sean Rajwell. Now the female recipient for track and field. I want to make this one light and sweet simply because this athlete truly was the constant, lighthearted, sweet, fun, and friendly presence on the team. Rising senior and hopeful team captain. She is always there with a smile on her face and joyous laughter and a genuine positive attitude. I mentioned earlier, we had a very young team this year. So setting the right tone and establishing a culture of positivity and desire to compete for both oneself, but also for the team, was one of our main objectives. As a shot putter, the javelin and discus thrower, she emulated everything this award stands for. Never one to complain, always willing and eager to learn, and always with a great positive attitude, regardless of her individual performance on any given day, is what makes her so special to this team. As a coach, when you have someone like this young lady on the team and you watch them progress through their athletic journey, you can't help but want to see them be the fastest or strongest at what they do. As a reward for her leadership on the girls' side, I must admit, I wanted her to hit that perfect throw that would have gotten her a spot at NBLs. I really wanted that. But using a famous quote, you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you find you get what you need. I may not have got what I wanted for this season, but we, the entire team, got exactly what we needed. Someone we look up to, who helps us recalibrate, and pun intended, throw everything we've got at it until we're satisfied with our effort. Thank you. This award for track and field, Judge Joseph Piocano, Catherine Darajaya. Boys and girls cross country. Up first, our female recipient. This year, I graduated a senior class that is one of the most, one of the most selfless athletes I've had the pleasure of training. As a captain, she was a strong leader, who created lasting bonds and friendships with her fellow teammates, all the while being able to motivate the team to be the best they could be. She was a hard worker and did whatever was asked of her and then some. She pushed herself to be the best she could be, not only for herself, but her teammates, always leading by example. Despite an altered COVID season, she never gave up and showed her true grit and dedication to her team and the sport. She is a great student athlete and an even better person. I know that she will go on to do exceptional things. I speak for the whole team when I say that she will be sorely missed next year, and that we wish her all the best in the future. This year's Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award winner for women's cross country is Sammy Bray. This year's male recipient is another cross-country captain. As a captain, he led by example. Every practice, every long run, every meet, he ran hard. This caused a chain reaction as I saw more athletes follow suit regardless of their skill level. The leader doesn't always have to be the one that is loud or demonstrative. Some of our best leaders are the ones that observe, reflect, and then act. This is what made this young man a great captain. He was personable, but never let it disrupt his training. He worked hard as he strived to be better than he was the day before. His maturity allowed him to make confident, logical decisions. All of these things combined made him a tremendous asset to the team as a leader and one of our top runners. It's been a great 4 years being able to work with him and train with this young man, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for him. Between his wit, humor, and upbeat personality, he will go far in life. This year's male cross-country award winner is James Miller. Boys soccer. From day one of his freshman year, this young man displayed a grit and determination on the soccer field that was second to none. He was a 4-year starter in the program and contributed to the success of a number of very strong teams. And during a rebuilding year as a senior captain, he led his team the best way he knew how. By example, and displaying a work ethic day in and day out during the season that impressed upon his younger teammates the expectations of what it means to be a member of the St. Paul soccer team. His quiet but intense attitude and commitment to the game has been an asset to the program and will surely be missed next year, but our loss will certainly be Salve Regina's gain, where he plans to continue his academic and athletic career. The soccer program and the St. Paul school community thanks you for your commitment and dedication and how well you have represented us over the past 4 years. You're a testament to hard work paying off. Congratulations to Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award for Boys Soccer, Danny Bond. Girls soccer. The last 4 years, I've had the pleasure of coaching this young lady. As a freshman, she showed talent on the field and leadership abilities rarely seen in a 9th grader, and helped our team play in the NBL League Championship, being named MVP of that game. She was the team captain the past 2 years, all the while not only working hard to improve her skills on the field, but also her leadership traits so she could improve the team. She earned all state honors each season she played. She displays all the intangibles a coach dreams of in a player. She's coachable, athletic, gives 100% effort, not only in games, but at every practice. She is selfless and puts all the same effort into the classroom. Her dedication to the team and to the game was outstanding. The day did not go by when she wasn't helping and teaching the skills of the game to her teammates. I wish her all the best as she will continue her student athlete career at Division I American University in the fall. I'm very thankful for her help throughout the year throughout her years at St. Paul. The Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award for girls soccer goes to Nina Zolins. Hold Nina up here for 1 minute. We have a few of these tonight, which really does speak to the essence of what it means to be a student athlete, because it's a pretty impressive list of what I'm about to announce for Nina. So Nina was, again, her coach mentioned every year that she played. We had COVID, we had an injury 1 year, certainly would have been 4-year All-Stater. But this year, an All-State soccer player for Class S, and also an All-State academic. So congratulations, Nina. Volleyball. This young lady has been the most positive, kind, humble, vigorously dedicated student athlete I've had the pleasure of coaching, which is why she is so deserving of the Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award. She is one of those players that you say is a coach's dream. Even through a season that was significantly impacted by COVID, she found a way to make the best of it and bring out the best in her teammates. If you asked her to do something, it got done. And when you're coaching her, she listens, has the ability to absorb what you told her, and then has the ability to apply that in the game. Not only was she a diligent worker on the court, she brought the same effort off the court. It was not uncommon to witness her helping underclassmen out with their schoolwork, or if any one of her teammates needed something or was struggling with managing a problem, she was always there for them. This young lady was an incredible role model in every aspect you can use to describe a student athlete leader. From all the players and staff of the St. Paul volleyball team, we wish her the best of luck in her future, Greta Payne. On to the winter season in girls basketball. This year's Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award winner for girls basketball is an individual who always showed true leadership on and off the court. In a year that nothing was normal, this young lady stepped up to the challenge of making the season a success for her and her teammates. With ever-changing schedules, no chance to use the locker room as a place to bond, no huddling during breaks, no team bonding dinners or other team bonding experiences. Through all of this, our one senior captain had to find a way to keep everyone together without the usual way of doing it, and what a job she did. It's hard enough trying to lead as a lone senior, but somehow she did it. She helped lead her team to another division title and earned herself a spot on the NBL All-Iron Division team. She had a terrific senior season, playing great as the only returning player with varsity experience. I guess we can't really be surprised that she was going to be determined to make sure this season was as successful as past seasons, regardless of the obstacles. Her work ethic and determination will no doubt lead to a successful future in anything she chooses to do in life. The Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award winner and heart and soul of the 21 girls basketball program, Sophia Gerst. All right, so congratulations, Sophia, and another exemplary example, of a student athlete, and I can't imagine the hours and time and effort to get this done, but in girls soccer, Sophia was also an all-state selection and an all-state academic selection. So congratulations, Sophia. Boys basketball. Our Judge Joseph P. O'Connell recipient this year is a remarkable young man. He has developed into quite the complete high school student athlete in every sense of the word. Active in his community, an absolute icon within the St. Paul Catholic basketball family, and he produced a fairy tale senior year on the court. All-state recognition, all-state academic recognition, all-NBL league recognition, all-city of Bristol recognition, and none of it altered the humility of this student athlete. He's a tremendous reflection of his dedicated and committed parents who have been the driving force in him becoming the young man he is today. There are no reservations that he will continue to excel academically and athletically at WPI. Some quotes from some of the other coaches. In the program, Coach Leggett said, Will Barton is such a skilled basketball player. WPI is lucky to have him entering their program. He will bring a lot to the table for them as far as basketball is concerned, but more importantly, he is such a mature young man, always looking out for the kids in our basketball program. He helped to make myself and my family feel at home here at St. Paul since day one. A good basketball player that he is, he's a better person. He exemplifies what it is to be a Falcon. Leo Will. Coach Lodovico, Will Barton is a symbol of what St. Paul Catholic basketball has represented for the past 55 years. Work ethic, development, improvement, sportsmanship, humility, success on and off the court. Will has left his mark on the program and the school community and is an example for all that will follow. And Coach Vasquez, being able to coach Will Barton for the last 4 years has been an absolute pleasure. Will and I joined the Falcon family at the same time, which allowed us to grow on a more personal level. Not only is he one of the most coachable athletes I've ever had, he's also one of the most genuine. I can personally say that I love Will Barton and will be looking forward to our future conversations about life and his athletic success. From your basketball family, Will, thank you, Leo. Will Barton. Coach Phelps mentioned it in his introduction, but we have another, through all of his hard work and dedication, Will receive all state and all state academic honors in boys basketball. Boys swimming. This young man is a dedicated member of the boys swim team who was always willing to step up in any way necessary for his teammates. He has been a member of the team since his freshman year. He's a year-round swimmer for both the Bristol Boys Co-op and the West Hartford Aquatics team. His swimming accomplishments include being all-state, CCC finalist, state qualifier, and a holder of multiple team records. Not only is he an accomplished swimmer, he is also a dedicated member of our team. At a swim meet, you will always find him on the side of the pool cheering on his teammates. He always does what is best for the team and is willing to swim in any event, wherever he is needed. He also never hesitates to assist the coaching staff however he can, including gathering his teammates for pep talks, helping to organize and make senior night special. He is the epitome of a student athlete leader. The Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award recipient for boys swim is Mikkel Pelage. And mentioned in his intro there, All-State. So not only All-State in one event or two events, but earned All-State honors in 3 events. So congratulations, awesome work. Cheerleading. This year's recipient has been a member of the cheerleading team for the past 4 years and one of this year's team captains. A lot of changes were thrown her way in the last season of her high school career, but this cheerleader didn't miss a beat. She worked alongside her coaches and her fellow captain to help make it a great experience for all. She exemplifies St. Paul's 5 core values. She has strong character, integrity, and exemplifies what it is to be part of the St. Paul community. She was always looking for ways to make every game extra special for the players, fans, and her teammates. She is always one of the first team members to offer up ideas, and she makes those ideas happen. This athlete embodies all the most important characteristics of a St. Paul student athlete, and I thank her for the dedication and passion she has brought to the team. She is the heart of it and will truly be missed next year. I am pleased to award Barbara Vitarta the Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award for cheerleading. Wrestling. This young man is a hardworking, dedicated student athlete who is relentless on the mat and in the classroom and sets an exemplary model for his teammates and peers in what it means to truly live the St. Paul core values of faith, character, community excellence, and service. All these wonderful traits will serve him well next year at the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, and thank you for your service. Another area in which he displayed exceptional qualities as a team captain was his level of sportsmanship and competition, the way he always encouraged his fellow teammates to do their best, whether at practice or a match. During his high school career, he compiled a record of 59 wins, 46 losses, 39 pins with 52 takedowns in a very competitive weight class, and somehow also found time to support youth wrestling in the area as an official during the winter season. I am proud to announce the recipient of the Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award for Wrestling this year is Joshua Silva. The spring season in baseball. There's no greater test for a leader than overcoming adversity and responding to failure. In a game where individual failure happens more than individual success, adversity is a constant obstacle. Utilizing talents to lead by example on the field comes easy to many, but showing leadership off the field from the sidelines is a trait few possess. Following significant contributions to the varsity baseball team since he was a freshman, this young man met no greater obstacle than an off-season injury that would knowingly limit his ability to be a leader on the field during his senior season. Rather than become consumed by the pitfalls and negativity of a season-limiting injury that would derail his training and preparation for his senior campaign, he rose to the occasion and was there for his teammates, on crutches, on the bench, in a boot, with a limp, with less of a limp, the denial of a limp, day after day, and is now back to almost full strength. For the benefits of his teammates, the frustrations of being less than 100% remain below the surface, but have shown through his positivity and a strong work ethic, all the signs of a true leader, always focused on the collective goal. We are happy to award the 2021 Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award for Baseball to Sean Remillard for his leadership, perseverance, his impact will last for years to come. Girls tennis. As a first-year coach, having this young lady on the team was a pleasure and a blessing. She was always so willing and ready to help her teammates with anything they needed. During a complex season, when it was possible, she was at every practice and every match, always providing encouragement and support, offering to lend a hand or cheering on her teammates when they needed it most. No matter how hard the competition or how difficult an opponent, she always gave her absolute best and was never discouraged. The Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award is supposed to embody someone that you can look up to and never have any doubt they will be there when you need them most. Romy Bagdasarian is that person. Girls golf. This lady Falcon golfer competed against many larger schools, top golfers without fear or hesitation. Compiling an impressive number of wins at the top spot and often earning medalist honors, she led the ladies team to their best record ever. On the course, she also compiled the best ever St. Paul par rating of 6 and was the top Division IV player in the entire state. As co-captain, she helped prepare her teammates for matches and assisted the coaching staff in practices with excellent communication skills. She adapted flawlessly to last-minute changes and was the quiet force behind this team's success. Lady Falcon Golf has arrived in Connecticut and largely due to her accomplishments. Leading her team in prayer before matches personified who she is and why she attends our school. Courage, dignity, determination, and selfless service keep her grounded in her faith in the St. Paul community. The Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award is richly bestowed upon Erin Downs. The boys golf team. I have had the privilege of coaching this young man for the last 4 years, and this year would have been his second as our team's captain. Through his dedication and hard work, both on and off the course, he has been in our starting five for most of his career. His attitude, both on and off the course, is what I admire the most and hope that his teammates will pick up on. He's not having his best day on the course. He is still carrying himself well, does not get discouraged, and keeps his head held high. He is unquestionably the leader of this team and the main reason why we have had a great season thus far. We are currently ranked third in Division 4, and we have a great chance to win MDLs this Thursday. We are surely going to miss him next year, but wish him the best as he begins the next chapter in his life at Fairfield University. It is with great pleasure that we award the Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award for Boys Golf to Christopher Miller. Softball. This young lady became a captain as a junior and has been a starter and contributing member of the program since her freshman year. During her freshman campaign, she was involved in a dramatic come-from-behind win, blasting a double off the fence to net a rally to beat rival Holy Cross. Beating Holy Cross, always a good phrase to work into a St. Paul athletic event, so I'll take that. Coach Venetian, thank you. During a regular season contest. During her sophomore season, she was moved to the outfield to fit the needs of her team. Her team-first attitude has always set an example for her peers. Her dedication to the game of softball and to her Falcon teammates were what encouraged the coaches to promote her as captain in her junior year. Then we dealt with no season in 2020. Obviously, that was not easy, but we all stayed in touch. She helped lead us through that and sent the 2020 seniors off to college with a distanced ice cream gathering. In her senior campaign, her experience in pressure situations have moved her into batting leadoff and being her table setter. Again, a great place for a leader, as she always leads the way with her constant enthusiasm and positive approach, encouraging her younger teammates to do their best. The recipient of this year's Judge Joseph P. O'Connell Award for softball is Callie McDougall. Boys lacrosse. He was a day one varsity starter as a freshman, carried the weight of his teammates early on, and allowed their progression to run its course. He is skilled and athletic. He is the epitome of dependable and never misses a practice or any chance to improve upon his craft. He plays the most pressure-packed position in our sport, leading the defense from the back, and out in front handling the ball in our clearing game. Throughout his career at St. Paul, he has navigated a demanding course load while playing 2 varsity sports. He faces some of the best players in our state during the spring and in the nation in the summer, and has never ever backed down from a challenge. In 3 years, he has never lost a conference, regular season, or playoff lacrosse game as our goaltender, including 3 WCLC tournament titles. He's the backbone of our lacrosse program here at St. Paul. He is taking his academic and athletic talents to Salve Regina, where he will continue to lead. He will be greatly missed. The 2021 St. Paul lacrosse winner is Connor Matthews. The girls lacrosse. Over the past 4 years, this young lady has been a strong contributor to the girls lacrosse program. She has been an impact player from day one and has started and played in every game over her career. She is an extremely coachable player and always gives 100% effort in everything she does. She leads by example and is an amazing role model. Often I hear the girls approach her for advice or tips on how to get better, and she always patiently helps them. She never complains, is always positive, picks up her teammates, is encouraging, and is a fierce competitor. She has all the qualities in an outstanding student athlete that you just cannot teach: heart, work ethic, a love for the game, and a commitment to her team. Off the field, she is kind, friendly, and welcoming to all. I admire the way she's able to make all of the younger teammates feel encouraged. She embodies all the core values and exhibits them each day on and off the field. There will be big shoes left behind to fill for next year, and I will miss her very much. She will become an amazing college lacrosse player at South Bay Regina, and they are lucky to have her. Cameron Baston. Our final awards for the evening: the Father Saunders Memorial Scholar Athlete Award. Can I ask Mr. Cooper to join me on stage? This is awarded to the top male and female senior athlete who is a contributing member of their team, earned at least one varsity letter, and has the highest GPA. Father Robert E. Saunders. Early in his career, Father Saunders was the superintendent of schools in Farmington. He was ordained later in life and then became a teacher at East Catholic High School and eventually their principal. He ended his career here at St. Paul as a beloved theology teacher and as a great fan of Falcon athletics. He attended endless athletic contests and never missed an athletic banquet. And he always concluded the banquet for us with an Irish prayer. For these reasons, we keep his memory alive through the presentation of this award. Father Saunders would be truly proud of this year's recipients. They both embody what it means to be a student athlete while serving as role models within our school community. They're both exceptional young people, and their ability to live the core values of St. Paul: faith, character, community, excellence, and service will serve them well in all of their future endeavors. They certainly leave big shoes to fill and will undoubtedly both go on to do exceptional things in their future academic careers and beyond. This year's female recipient, member of the girls soccer program, Emma Schatz. And our male recipient, this year a member of the cross country and boys lacrosse programs, Jonathan Cassandra. So as I mentioned in Father Saunders' bio, that's where our tradition and history comes from in ending many of the events we have at St. Paul with the Irish blessing. So I know you don't have it in front of you, but certainly many of you know it. So again, thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for your dedication and commitment to St. Paul Catholic High School, seniors and their families in the room. Certainly enjoy the next week. Look forward to what is always a great evening at senior class mass and certainly graduation. So thank you all again. And at this time, the Irish blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. May the rain fall softly on your fields. And until we meet again, may you keep safe in the gentle, loving arms of God. Thank you and have a great night.